Hi guys! Welcome to the Art of Healing podcast. I'm your host, Sadaf.
And I'm Paris.
And together we are the Art of Healing. But yeah, welcome to the very first episode of the Art of Healing. We are, in short, Tao. We have started this podcast because we have lots of knowledge to share, lots of things we want to discuss with you, and lots of stories we want to tell about the healing journey and things that you might uncover on your journey as well.
Super exciting. So we're going to take you through the A to Z of healing. Hopefully you'll learn a thing or two. We're going to be sharing our own experiences, what we're currently going through, what we are learning about, but also what we've been through, which is so important. And what we tie this all together with is our philosophy that healing should be fun. Because at the end of the day, you cannot heal if you are stressed. And one of the best ways to not be stressed
is to have lots of fun.
Exactly. And why shouldn't healing be fun? So you're going to be finding a lot of cool tips, a lot of insider knowledge, and most importantly, fun ways that you can start incorporating these tools into your own life to not only heal and advance your healing journey, but to also start living again, because that's what we want to do, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, if you haven't figured it out by now, the two main things that we love at the Art of Healing is having lots of fun and making healing fun, and also doing it in community. So that's actually three things, but it's two things because...
Which, of course, we're going to go a lot deeper in as the episodes progress. We don't want to overload you with everything that we know, everything that we want to share, because we could probably hold these microphones for the entire time and tell you everything, but that's not going to help you, right? So we're going to give you bite-sized, digestible chunks for you to take away and start implementing straight away. And of course, like we mentioned, those insights to help you get along on your healing journey, because healing doesn't have to be hard.
It can be fun.
It can be, honestly. Our journey, the Art of Healing, started a very, very long time ago, which will be a separate episode, I assume. But you're probably wondering, or what you may have come to us for, is the whole concept of nervous system regulation. Would you agree?
Yeah.
So yeah, you've probably found us on your quest to discover and learn more about nervous system regulation, so you can become regulated, get out of the dysregulated state that you're in and start shining again and embody that main character that is there.
So
right or wrong?
So tell me, Paris, what do you know about nervous system regulation?
Oh, well, I know a few things, but I don't know if I could spill all the beans. But we will tell you one thing. It's probably easier for me to explain what dysregulation is or what dysregulation looks like. So when your nervous system becomes dysregulated, you are in a state of fight, or freeze, which essentially is your body's reaction to external stresses, right? The problem being dysregulation occurs when you do not leave this state. So when you're stuck in this state, that is called the sympathetic. And when you come out of it, that is the parasympathetic. Parasympathetic meaning rest and digest, sympathetic meaning fight or flight, right? The idea, or how we ideally want the body to operate, is external stressor happens, we go into the sympathetic, the stressor leaves, our body calms down, and we go back into rest and digest. But what happens is we get stuck. Our body gets stuck in high alert. Our body gets stuck in, oh my God, there's danger. Oh my God, I need to get out of this. So you can be home, comfy and cozy in front of the TV with your meal, chilling with whoever you're chilling with. But to your body, to the physiology of your body, your heart's still beating fast. You're sweating. You're having racing thoughts. You can't concentrate. You can't fall into the present moment. So becoming regulated essentially is the practice of training your body to be able to switch off and come back into the parasympathetic, simply put.
Interesting. So what happens if I stay in this state for a long time?
Well, this is where the problems occur, because as you can imagine, being stuck in a state of survival is not good. What will happen is your body shuts down systems like your kidney function, your liver function, your stomach, your digestion, even your memory and your focus, and the way that your brain stores information becomes, disrupted. And the reason being is because when we are under stress, when we're in the sympathetic, we are only focused on what's in front of us. And this works in nature, right? Because there's danger. I need to run away from this thing, or I need to fight it, which makes sense. But in reality, in the modern world, do we really have any dangers in front of us that are going to be threatening our lives? Not really. But we live in the modern world. Our brain lives in the caveman time. So we have to start working with the body to get out of dysregulation even. But what this looks like is it can manifest in the mind as anxiety, depression. It manifests in the body as muscle tension. And if you go even deeper than that, you can start having digestive issues. We're talking Crohn's disease, IBS, constipation, diarrhea, bloating, eczema, muscle pain, tension, aches. There's a whole load of conditions that we can relate back to being stuck in the stress response, which is no bueno, no fun. It's not what we want. So, you know, if you're someone that is struggling with stress, the underlying cause may be an emotion that is being unfelt, which of course we'll go a lot deeper into how you can come out of this stuff later on in the episodes that we bring forth. But the main idea is, first and foremost, we want to concentrate on bringing ourselves back to that rest and digest. Otherwise, that's where the symptoms and the dis-ease occur.
So what you're telling me is that my body can't tell the difference between me being chased by a tiger or me just being stressed on a normal day-to-day because I'm not going to get to the shops in time, or because I've not hit a deadline, or because I'm just generally stressed about meeting my friends and or finances or something like that. And if that stress stays around for a long period of time, then I can get sick. So you're essentially saying that most diseases can be avoided if stress is managed.
And this is the thing, 90% of all disease is related back to stress. So what does that show you? That of everything that you can become sick of, the underlying cause is stress. So is the problem the dis-ease, or is it the stress that you're constantly, chronically going under? Because in order to have disease in the first place, the stress has to be constant. And how that, you know, translates to what we were just explaining about the nervous system is that you are stuck in the sympathetic, in that stress, in the survival mode, unable to come out. And of course, body functions shuts down, problems arise. With these problems, these symptoms, diseases, the most interesting thing is that what these actually are, of course, the labels that we give them are just so we can understand them. But what they actually are, at least in the body's language, is the body is trying to tell you that something is wrong. But what do? We carry on working, we carry on rushing, we carry on ignoring these things. We distract ourselves with entertainment. We pretend like they're not happening. We take medication that only suppresses the symptoms, but doesn't deal with the root cause. The root cause being the stress that we are chronically under. Release that and the problems will go away. Yeah,
because I guess a lot of things in life and a lot of the symptoms you would get, like the symptoms associated with stress, are normalized. So it's kind of normal to like not sleep well all the time. It's normal to have insomnia, wake up in the night. It's normal to have gut issues. It's, you know, it's not considered as serious in society. It's like, oh yeah, I'm not eating that well. I'm not sleeping that well. Because that's actually quite common. A lot of people don't sleep that great. And, you know, some of the other symptoms you mentioned as well. So yeah, these are all normalized in society. So I guess, yeah, you would just think, it's okay, I'll just carry on. But really, it's your body screaming, saying, hey, listen to me, I need some help.
Right. And this is the problem. The relationship with our bodies is so far gone that we don't even listen to it when it's speaking. Because, you know, our mind's speaking thoughts, but our body's speaking what? Speaking thoughts. Not thoughts,
feelings, sensations.
And emotions, right? So the body is constantly sending us these signals. When you're hungry, your body tells you, right?
Yeah.
When you're thirsty, how do you know?
Because you feel thirsty.
Do you think thirsty or do you feel it?
You feel thirsty.
You feel it, of course.
And I guess this is interesting because like when you're stressed, you forget to eat sometimes.
Right.
You're like, hey, I didn't actually eat today. Or you're stressed and you're rushing and you forget to have breakfast. So it's...
Which is quite typical. People always say to us, I had to rush out the door. I never eat breakfast because I don't have time.
Or I just have coffee.
I just have a coffee, which is so detrimental to have first thing in the morning before you've eaten. If you're having coffee before you eat, please rethink that one, because
especially if you're a female.
Yeah, yes, especially if you're a female.
Well, we'll come on to that.
Yeah, maybe just briefly touch on it because you mentioned that.
Yeah, so for example, for women, the first thing really we should be having on a morning to balance our blood sugar and also balance our hormones is actually protein. So depending also as well where you are in your cycle, if you have something like a coffee on an empty stomach, and especially if you're already in a dysregulated state, what that does is it spikes your cortisol and keeps you stuck in that state even further. So actually you think, no, I'm having a coffee, it's fine. It's just waking me up. But actually, if you're in a severe state of stress, yeah, it might be waking you up, but it's also boosting up your cortisol, which is pushing you further into that state of stress, which can affect you in other areas. So it can affect you in things like gaining weight around the midsection. It can show up in your skin. It can show up in your hair falling out. It can show up in sleep issues and a plethora of other things as well. So yeah, but we have a whole episode coming on that, and we'll dive deeper into that because there's a lot more to it.
Honestly, we've got so much exciting stuff to share. It's like, obviously, we're trying to just touch on a few bases of what we're going to cover without going too deep in it, because they're all topics in itself, and we don't want to unravel into this whole rabbit hole of blah, 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 blah. But yeah, essentially, we have become a society of people that are chronically stressed. And not only that, but we're unaware of it. Because like you said, it's been normalized. You know, it's normal to feel stressed all the time. It's normal to wake up stressed. It's normal to go to bed stressed. It's normal to be at work stressed. Like, these things have just become okay. When the reality is that's what's making us sick. That's what's stopping us from living a life full of joy that we actually want, from allowing us to, you know, really go after our goals and our dreams and our ambitions, because we're just not, our body's not capable. When you push your nervous system past the point that it's able to hold, to you know, handle, what does that lead to? It leads to overwhelm. And that overwhelm turns into burnout. That overwhelm turns into disease. That overwhelm turns into symptoms as your body's way of trying to put on the brakes and stopping you from doing this. Because when your body is overwhelmed, that is what triggers the response in the first place, because it's trying to stop the overwhelm from essentially hurting you. And really, if we think about it in this kind of cute way, the body is just trying to protect you. So, you know, stress isn't the enemy. Stress is normal. We are meant to feel stress. There is nothing wrong with stress. The problem occurs when that stress is constant and we're not coming out of the stress response. So the idea isn't to live a life in this cushioned fairy tale land on the clouds where nothing stresses me and I'm totally okay with it. No, that's avoidance. You're actually bypassing. The idea, when you are regulated, is that your body has the ability to feel the stress, react accordingly, and then return back to balance, back to homeostasis, which essentially means all of the systems in your body, cardiovascular, the nervous system, digestive system, there's a list as long as my arms, I couldn't list them all right now, they all work properly.
So basically all these symptoms are warning signs, and the root of it is managing your stress. If you manage your stress, the rest will reduce naturally. Obviously you can do more stuff to support those symptoms and reduce them as well, but the core of it is manage your stress, feel your feelings, and then you can start living balance.
Start living more in balance.
And have fun on the way.
And that's why we always say, and that's why you're going to hear us say this so many times, but you cannot be stressed when you're having fun. You cannot be stressed when you're playing, right?
Because it's true, you know. When have you ever seen a kid that looks stressed?
Never.
And it's funny because remember we went to Go Ape a while ago and we were having the most fun ever. And there was another couple there who I think was celebrating something as well, but they did not look like they were having fun.
No.
They looked stressed.
Thinking about it too much, trying to work it all out, not immersed in the experience or present in the moment. It's very much like in the brain, rational, like, oh, I should put my hand here, let me do it this way.
For those of you that don't know, Go Ape is an outdoor adventure in the UK. So it's like an assault course where you climb trees, you get to do zip lines. It's not as crazy as it sounds, but it is.
In a harness.
You're like,
it's all fun.
yeah, it's all very,
fun.
very safe. It's very, very fun. Kids do it too. But like we went to the experience, we had a great time. But yeah, there was another couple there who did not look like they were enjoying the experience or having fun. They just looked very stressed.
No.
But all the kids that were there were having the time of their lives.
And this is what happens when we become adults, right? It's the contrast between being a kid and an adult. When you're a kid, you're fearless because one, you haven't experienced as much, but also you haven't been taught to be scared of anything, which is the main thing. Most of our fears are from our parents, from the adults around us, right? So they approach things like climbing trees and zip lining as this really fun new experience that they get to like try and enjoy and see what it's like. It's through the lens of play. Whereas your adult who's fallen over a couple of times and know it hurts and has looked down at heights and thought, oh, that's scary and has been told, don't climb too high or don't do that, Timmy, because, you know, last time you did it, you grazed your knee and remember how much that hurts.
Yeah.
They're hesitant. And this is such a good example because, all right, we're giving it in the lens of like play, all right, this is fun and humorous, but that's how most adults live their life generally. Their nervous system is constantly in the state of stress, constantly in survival. And what that is transmitting outwards is, yo, everything is dangerous.
Yeah.
Everything that isn't in my comfort zone is dangerous. Everything that isn't in my daily norm is dangerous. Everything out there avoid.
And that's the thing, isn't it? If your nervous system is dysregulated, you experience the world in a very, very different way to someone whose nervous system is regulated, because you see everything as a threat. Whereas if you're regulated, you're in control, you feel relaxed, you feel calm, and only threats that are actually threats are visible to you as threats. Everything else is okay.
And this is the thing, again, it's like there's nothing wrong with your body identifying threats when there's a real threat.
Yeah, absolutely.
The problem it being is that it's constantly scanning these things and identifying things that aren't really threats.
Yes.
But we're still having the same response as it is. And then the problem occurs, like we mentioned, because we don't then come out of that state. And that requires the relationship with our body to be like, oh, my heart's beating faster. My palms are sweaty. Why is my chest a bit tighter? Why am I breathing shallower? Why can't I concentrate? These are all signs that you're under stress. But what do? We just carry on.
Carry on.
Or we ignore it.
Carry on and make it worse.
And this is the thing. Carry on and make it worse. You couldn't have said it better. That's exactly what happens. So now, not only are you stressed and your body's stuck in that state, you're compounding it. You're making it worse. And again, what happens when you have stress for too long? Disease, symptoms, problems, all warnings from your body to 1, slow down, and 2, that it needs help.
So early stages of dysregulation, how do I know if I'm dysregulated? I'm going to have things like sleep issues. So that could look like not sleeping. It can look like waking up in the night and having uninterrupted sleep.
Yep.
It can also look like digestive issues. So I might struggle to go to the toilet, might go to the toilet too frequently. Even urinating too frequently is associated with stress.
Yep.
So other things it could look like skin issues, bloating, my hair falling out.
Hair falling out, definitely, yeah.
Anything else?
Oh, the list is as long as your
Joint tension,
muscle tension and pain, inability to concentrate or focus.
Okay, that makes sense.
Also procrastination, everything essentially in this state of stress is where most of the problems that you can identify in your life will be.
I see.
But it's hard to identify them because we're not paying attention to it, or we don't even make the connection that, the reason that these are appearing in my life is due to stress.
Okay.
Like one typical example is like you might go to work and, you spend however 8-10 hours there. You can work completely fine, high performing, really great at your job. And then you come home, you order takeaway and you completely crash because you haven't got the energy to cook. And you haven't got the energy to do anything else.
I've been there.
And then, we all have. And then, I used to do it chronically. I used to come home and then I'd just completely slump. But it would confuse me because I was like,
super high functioning at work.
high performing, high energy, all the highs at work. Come home, crash,
all the lows.
crash. All my emotions would hit me. Not that I addressed them. All the stress would catch up with me. And now knowing what we know, the reason being is because during the day, I'm pumped full of cortisol and adrenaline because I'm in that state of survival caused by the stress, right? When I come home, the stimuli isn't there, but my body is, still in that state, but it comes out and then the hormones go away, the adrenaline and the cortisol, and then boom, no more fuel. No more energy.
No more fuel until you go back to work the next day.
Yeah. and you realize that, actually that state of survival that you go in at work is what's giving you the energy, probably fueled by the stress that you had knowing that you were going to be late, the coffee that you had in the morning, all the worries from the week, all the things that are on your to-do list that you haven't done yet.
Yeah.
All these things compound into this body of yours that is fueled by something that actually isn't its main energy source. And then when those stimuli are taken away, boom, the body shuts down.
So that's fight or flight mode. What other states of the nervous system are there? So we've got fight or flight. What other states can people be in?
And we've got the freeze state as well, which is a complete shutdown of the
That's basically
nervous
zombie
system.
state.
Yeah. So that can look like you're laying in bed, not moving. It can look like not engaging in social interactions with your partner or your friends, maybe disassociating at times, unable to really interact. It can look like...
ignoring your friends' messages.
Yes.
Okay,
I'm sorry about that, guys. It is something I'm working on still. I love you so much. And that's why we're friends, because you understand me. But yeah, something that I thought was just me, and just to touch on it because it's been mentioned, is that I would always ignore messages on my WhatsApp and my thing for weeks. It became a running joke when people don't even mention it to me anymore. The only person I don't do that to is you, really. And that's,
but I live with you, so
yeah, it's a bit hard to. But yeah, again, learning what that is due to being in a constant state of stress. My body's completely frozen and shut down and unable to have these human interactions because it just hasn't got the capacity to take on any more information. It's not that you don't care about these people or want to connect.
You just don't have the energy.
You just literally don't. And then what this fosters is guilt, shame, feeling bad, thinking like, thoughts like I'm a bad friend. Like, why can't I keep up with my relationships? Is it me? Is it them? Am I upset with them? And it's none of these things. You're just overwhelmed and you don't know it. And your body's trying to save you. And it's like, right, when you realize that, it's like, cool, I need to give my body what it needs. Or what does that look like?
Yeah.
That's the question. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's such an interesting topic. This is just obviously one area of nervous system regulation and the healing journey that we're on. And we've got so much more to show you, teach you, tell you, talk about. It really is exciting. But we will leave you with just one
last tip. So if this is resonating with you, if this is sounding like, actually, yes, I am stuck in fight or flight, I am in a state of dysregulation, I am stressed, and you're thinking, you've helped me identify the issue, what is the solution? Well, we are going to be telling you various things throughout all the episodes that we're going to do that you can implement into your day-to-day life. Quick, simple, easy things, and then some longer things that you can implement over a longer period of time. But for today, we're going to tell you one very simple thing that you can do. And this is something that we do on a regular basis. If you are over here if you know us from TikTok, then you're probably already a part of it. But something that we do quite regularly is shaking the body. So this is really simple. All you need to do is find some space and basically just stand still, bend your knees a little bit and start shaking your body. And as you're shaking your body, tune into how your body feels. So when I say this, I mean, don't focus on what it looks like. Just focus on how moving your body is making you feel. So you might be shaking your shoulders because they feel a little tense. Maybe you've been sat down all day and you feel like you want to shake your hips. But basically the premise of it is you shake your body, you tune into how it's feeling, you do it for a few minutes, and at the end of it, you will feel better. Because doing this practice, what it's going to do, it's going to help you feel regulated. It's going to bring you out of your mind and into your body. And it's going to uplift your mood and a lot of other things as well. So that's one simple thing that you can do. Try it for a few minutes. The way we like to do it is on our TikTok lives. We tend to play a song. So we'll pick one song that we absolutely love and we'll put the song on and we'll shake it out for a whole few minutes. Well, whole 3 to 4 minutes. And then we finish it with some deep breaths, giving ourselves a nice little hug. And yeah, it's really quick. It's really simple. You can start your day this way. You can end your day this way. And doing it once you'll feel amazing afterwards, but do it consistently for a week or even a month. The effects that you'll see will be amazing. And you will start to feel like a different person. You will start to feel like, hey, I actually feel regulated. I actually feel really calm. I actually feel relaxed. I don't actually feel as anxious anymore. I'm actually starting to sleep better. And this is just one practice. We've had so many people come to us who've done this practice, who do it with us still, who are reaping the benefits of doing this, us included. So yeah, try it. If you want to come and join us on our TikTok lives, we do it every day, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. UK time.
That's right.
So come along, shake it out with us. If you can't meet us, if you don't want to do it with us and you still want to do it, then put on a song, shake it out, see how it goes for you. And we also have a Spotify playlist if you want to use the music we use, because we have some great bangers that we picked out for this type of work. So yeah, that's in our...
Put it in the show notes.
Put it in the show notes, yeah.
Podcasting. This is new to us too. This is exciting. But yeah, thank you so much for listening. It's been an absolute pleasure. Honestly, if there's anything that you can take away from this, it's 1, make sure that you're having fun, and 2, start nice and easy with the shakes. Really, whenever anyone comes to us with nervous system problems, any symptoms, disease, they're stuck on their healing journey, or they're looking for something that they can stay consistent with, that's going to be 1, easy, 2, fun, and 3, most importantly, actually get results. Just start shaking your body. Just start shaking it. Just start moving it. Honestly, you will start seeing results instantly.
Movement really is medicine.
That's right. And all compounds, just start as small as possible, because the idea is not to cause stress. We don't want to try and do everything at once. And then you just build one on top of each other. Boom, boom, boom. And eventually you'll get to wherever it is that you want to go. Just take it easy. Enjoy the ride. Life's for living.
Yeah. Absolutely. And the thing is, once you start doing this practice, it's very small, it's very easy, it's very quick. But the more consistent you get with it, the more capacity you will start to have for other things in your life, incorporating other practices, doing other things that are going to make you feel better, doing other things that are going to bring you out of a state of dysregulation. So yeah, start small, build it up. You've got this.
Until next time, ta for now.